Hi, I'm Grace Alec and this is a clip about life in lockdown for parents. So I am a mum of two. I have a 12-year-old and a 2-year-old. First question, how am I coping? I don't really know if I am. I think I'm just doing things in order to be able to get through each day. So sometimes I can be feeling like, this is great, I'm having a great time. And then other times I can feel like, oh my goodness, I can't continue. What's going to happen next? I have to say that I am constantly praying. You know, when it says never cease praying, I think that's probably my theme tune right now, because I'm always asking God for strength, for wisdom and for ideas and things to do. And I think that that's probably how I cope. If I do feel like things are getting too much at any point, which for me that happens, definitely, I make sure I just take some time out to kind of regroup myself, whether that's praying, sitting down, having a cup of tea, just making sure that happens. What have you been doing for fun? Well, I love fun things. So I make sure that the kids go out for 1 hour every day. So we will get on our bikes and go to the park. We can avoid people by going through back streets and find a secluded spot in our park where we can play games. That's that my youngest loves to do gymnastics, so she ends up having like cartwheel challenges and roly-polies, and she kind of sets us out a list of games that she'd like to play. For my oldest, who's 12, he's just happy to be out of the house, so riding his bike to the park makes him feel, you know, it's great to get out. I think it's so important to get out, even if it's just going for a walk, going for a nature walk every day. Seeing, when we're walking around, we'll just like, who can count how many red cars go past? You be red cars, you be blue cars, I'll be white cars. And, you know, just keeping ourselves active all the time, or looking at the different plants and stuff that's around. We're just trying to find ways of having fun on the way. My kids are quite active, so we do a lot of activities like gymnastics, like dance. We'll convert the front room, take all the cushions off the sofa, put a blanket over it all, and it becomes a gymnastics mat. And then they do cartwheels, forward rolls. They try and practice like flips and stuff like that. Yes, it can be a bit freaky and scare me out at times, but they're having fun and they're burning energy, because my prayer is that they will sleep well. The best thing I did when we went into lockdown was buy a whole ream of paper, so that we've got loads of paper for activities, whether it's making aeroplanes and seeing who can fly the furthest, or colouring in things, making cards for friends and neighbours, drawing pictures, different things like that. So just making sure we've got paper and colouring pens and resources around has been great. What advice would I give? I think it's not easy at this time, and I think that's the honest answer. I haven't got it all together, I can tell you that for sure. I think I'd say to parents, have a go-to friend that you can call. So I've got a couple of friends that if it's getting a bit too much, I'll call and have an offload to. I'll be able to have a cry if I need to. Just being able to express how I'm feeling and having someone to talk to, it's really, really important at this time. When you speak to someone else, you realise you're not the only one who's finding it difficult. Loads of people are going through the same situations, depending on the age of your kids. For me, trying to get my son to do the schoolwork that's being set is a challenge on its own. I find it easier to go to work than I do to get him to complete his homeworks. But for my challenge for my youngest is just keeping up with her. She has way more energy than I do. I would say plan tasks, plan your day so that you've got set things that you're going to do. If you need time out, set the kids up with a challenge. So for example, I'll say, why don't you watch a video for a moment and then I can go and have some quiet time, or why don't you learn a dance or practice a dance to this and then come and show me in 10 minutes or something, just so that I get the opportunity to get some time out while they're off doing an activity. I spend time with God. I make sure every morning I get up and I've got my phone and I do my parenting. I'm doing a parenting devotional at the moment on the Bible app. It's fantastic, just to give me some encouragement as a parent. I've got about 3 devotionals on the go, including a Joyce Meyer one, but the parenting one just really helps me to know that, you know what, keep going, you're doing okay. But really realise that you have to look after yourself to be able to look after your loved ones. So making sure you get rest. I mean, sometimes I'm finding the kids' bedtime is my bedtime, because when I put them down to bed, I fall asleep. That's okay. Don't set yourself too much. Like, sometimes we put pressure on ourselves as parents. You know, you want to clean the house, do this, do that, and do the other, but actually just prioritise the things that need to be done, because you need your energy and you need your rest as well. So most of all, I really encourage you to spend time looking after yourself, because as you do that and you're very fresh, God can give you some great creative ideas of things to do with the kids, but also just enjoy the time you have with them. So I still have to work, so what I do is, when I'm at home, I make sure my focus is wholly on just hanging out with the kids, and then when they go to bed, I have time to do stuff for myself. So kind of just make sure that you look after yourself. You remember, this is just a season. It's a season we're in at the moment, but you don't have to have it all together all the time. No one does. What you do need to do is, if you need help, reach out, phone a friend, let someone know how you're feeling, and remember, when we go to sleep, we wake up refreshed for another day, and ask God to really give you that peace, that you will have peaceful sleep and wake up refreshed too. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.